Hello and welcome to the video tutorials of Advanced Java Programming. Previously we already discussed the network basic and socket overview. In this video lecture, we will discuss the INET address, what do you mean by internet address, and its method. So let me start the session. INET address. So second point is INET address. What do you mean by INET address? We all familiar. INET address is nothing but the internet address. An internet address is the number that uniquely identify each computer on the internet. There are two internet addressing scheme like IPv4 is 32-bit values and IPv6 is 128-bit values. INET address, we are using IPv6. So Java has also provided support for in the JDK 1.4 or higher version. In current situation, we can say that almost all environments are supporting IPv6. In many examples, we have used IPv4. The IPv4 is 32-bit addressing scheme and is a sequence of number or byte between 0 to 255. We are using IPv4, so it uses 0 to 255 maximum numbers and separated by dots. We are using the dots to separate it. This number make it easier to remember. Do not misguide yourself by saying these numbers are randomly assigned. It is the special type of hierarchy specifying the classes called as a network class. There are 5 types of network class. Like we all familiar with the network class also in CN. We already discussed like class A, class B, class C. Class D and E is used. So this is the network classes. According to the internet addressing standards, first byte specified the network class and last byte actually identify the individual computer on the network. Like we are using the 127.255.255.255. So this is the IP address of class A. The leftmost bit is always 0, means it is starting from 0000 to this number. So this IP address covered into class A. Same way we are using the second class B. So what is the range of class B? 128.0.0.0 to 191.255.255.255. So this is the range of class B addressing. If we are using the class C network, so what is the range of class C? Class C that cover the 192.0.0, okay, 000 to 223.255 and 255. This is the range of class C. And last one, class D. Class D that cover the 224.0.0.0 to 239.255.255.255. So this is the range of class D network. And last one is a class class E. Class E network specially reserved for special use on the internet. So there is no net ID or host ID, but range of class E that cover 239.0.0.0 to 255.255.255.255. So this is the range of class E address. Also INET address that cover the special IPv6 for larger address space. Then let me discuss. This is the example of INET address IP is equal to INET address dot get by name. If we are using the URL instead of IP address, so here URL is given www.ssid.co.in, and if we want to print, so system.out.println command is used, and in double quote IP plus IP address that represent the IP address of SSIT. So IP of ssit.co.in is here. Then INET address method, which method is used? Here public static INET address get by name, and this name it cover into the string host through the unknown host exception. So this is the public method, and it determine the IP address of given host name. So in the bracket string host name is given. Then let me show one example of IP address. INET address IP is equal to INET address dot get by name ssit.co.in. So same way IP address of SSIT will display. Then again second method, public static INET address get localhost through unknown host exception. So here the description, it return the address of localhost. So INET address IP is equal to INET address dot get localhost system.out.println localhost is print here. So localhost RS, it is the name of login ID, and PC IP address is used. Then third method is public string get host name. So it return the host name of IP address. So INET address IP is equal to INET address dot get by name system.out.println host name plus IP address IP dot get host name. So what is the output? Only domain name. And last method is public string get host address. So it return the IP address in string format. We are using the IP URL www.ssit.co.in and system.out.println host address. So what it return? It return the IP address in string format. So host address is given here in the output. Simple program for INET address. Here import java.net is used. Request required to INET address class. Then set method public class INET. Here one class is created, INET demo, and we must require the public static void main string argument s, and try and catch is used here. Internet INET address IP is equal to INET address dot get by name www.ssit.co.in. system.out.println host name plus IP get host name, system.out.println IP address, IP dot get host address. If we are performing this try block, otherwise we perform the exception. So catch that cover the exception E system.out.println and print exception. Here the output of this program is given. So host name is www.ssid.co.in, IP address is given for ssid.co.in. Here the method used for inet address. First static inet address get by name and in the bracket string host. It determines the IP address of given host name. Static inet address get localhost. Second method, it returns the address of the localhost. Then public string get host name, so it returns the host name of IP address. Public string get host address, so it returns the IP address in string format. If we are using the next method string to string, so it converts the IP address to string. Boolean, why we required boolean? True and false value. So boolean equals in the bracket object obj, so it compare the objects against the specified object. Static inet address get all by name, so string host, it return array of its IP address based on the configured name service on the system. And last one, static inet address get loopback address, so it returns the loopback address. Let me discuss the next point, IP, TCP/IP server socket and TCP/IP client socket. So what do you mean by TCP/IP server and client? We already discussed in previous lecture. TCP/IP, TCP and UDP, it is a two-way communication. We are using the transmission control protocol in wired communication or connection oriented, while we are using the UDP, so it is a connection less protocol. Here TCP/IP server socket and TCP/IP client socket is used. So java.net, this is the server socket and socket, simple socket is used for client socket. And server socket, this class implement the server socket, we have discussed in first video lecture. And socket, this class implement for the client socket. Let me discuss in details. The server socket class java.net can be used to create a socket for server, okay, and this object is used to establish the communication with client. So this is the constructor server socket. Integer port number is used here. One constructor is name of server socket, and it create the socket for bound to the specific port. Then here method used for connecting the client. So public socket accept method, it return the socket and establish the connection between server and client. If we want to connection between server and client, so this method is useful, public socket accept. Then what is the syntax? Server socket SS is equal to new server socket. We require the port number, we all familiar here in this figure. This is the server socket. So for configuration of server socket, SS is equal to new server socket and we require the port number. Then what is the example? server socket SS is equal to new server socket, and here port number is given 1111. So simple program, import java.io.star. It requires the data input as well as output stream. Then import java.net.star. It required for socket class. Then public class my server, public static void main, string argument s. We are using the try and catch block. So try server socket SS is equal to new server socket, and here IP address is used, port number is used 1111. Socket S is equal to SS dot accept, establish the connection, and data input stream dis is equal to new data input stream s dot get input stream, and string str is equal to string dis dot read utf character must be read, and system dot out dot println message. Here one simple message is used. SS dot close the connection, and finally we write the catch exception system dot out dot println e. So here simple message will display in output, message equal to hello server. Here the socket used for server. Same way socket class, the client in the socket programming must know the two information for communication. First IP address of server and port number. Here constructor socket, it create the unconnected socket, and second method, that is socket inet address comma integer port. So for the connection, it create the stream socket and connect it to the specified port number at the specified IP address. It use the specific port number as well as specific IP address. And method, here method use public input stream get input stream, it return the input stream attached with this socket. And second method, that is public output stream, so get output stream, it return the output stream attached with the socket. So what is the syntax? Here syntax for client socket my client, it create the object of socket class. My client is equal to new socket, machine name and port number. Port number is DNS or IP address. You can use the URL of particular website or you can use the IP address. Then here this machine name is indicate the DNS or IP address, and port number is nothing but the port number on which server you are trying to connect. Okay. So here example socket S is equal to new socket localhost. Localhost is nothing but the URL, or we can say that it is the DNS, and 111 is nothing but the port number. Port number you can use 0265535. Same way for the client program, import java.net.star, it requires the socket class. Import java.io.star, it requires the data input as well as output stream. Public class my client, public static void main string argument s, and try socket s is equal to new socket, localhost is DNS or IP address, and we are using the port number, so 111 is nothing but the port number. Data output stream dout is equal to new data output stream s dot get output stream. Same way for the socket class, dout dot write UTF for UTF in the bracket hello server, it write the string to underlying output string. Then catch exception e system.out.println if we want to print the exception. In the server side, if we are creating the myserver.java, so same way at the client side we require to create the class myClient.java. It required the import java.io.star. Same way client also required the import.java.net and io.star. Then public class, here class name is must required same as a program name, so myserver.java, so the name of the class is myserver. Same way for the client, public class myClient. Then public static void main string argument s, and try server socket ss is equal to new socket, new server socket, and we only use the port number while we are using for connectivity in the client side, so we required port number and IP. So in this section, what is socket s is equal to new socket, here localhost is nothing but the IP address or DNS, and 111 is port number. Okay, so at the server side, remember this, server side we required only the port number, while at the client side we required port number and IP address. Port number must be required as well as IP address also required. Then socket at server side, socket s is equal to ss.accept, and here client side we require the data output stream for output in the buffer, so data output stream dout is equal to new data output stream s dot get output stream. Same way for the client, it's for the server, data input stream dis is equal to new data input stream s dot get input stream. Dout, here client side we require the dout dot write UTF, we write the hello server. This message is request for the server side, server. So we are trying to request connect with the server, it write string to underlying output of output string. So at the server side we required string str is equal to string dis dot read UTF, and system.out.println message is equal to plus str, it cover the message plus string. Here client side we required catch exception e system.out.println catch, we are printing the exception. And same way at the server side we close the connection by using ss.close, and also terminate the body as well as catch exception e and print the exception. So here output in the server side that cover message is equal to hello server, that is requested from client side. Okay, and We will discuss this program in practical session also. Thank you so much for attending this session. We will discuss next session datagram in next video lecture.